Hi everyone, this is Frank here. Welcome to the first episode of Cultural Travel Around China. Here today we're in the Great Genhe Forest in the northeast China, and I'm going to take you to explore the Reindeer Ewenki people, minority ethnicity in China, who domesticate reindeers in the Great Genhe Forest.
And for my cultural travel videos, I will try to supplement it with some readings options, only if you're interested, of course. And this time, my book recommendation is an award-winning novel about the Reindeer Ewenki people called
The Last Quarter of the Moon. This book in Chinese, more famously known as the Red Bank of the Argun River. So here you can see we're at the Aoluguya wetland. We're at the border of the Reindeer grassland and the Great Genhe Mountains. And from here, we can go up north into the Great Genhe Mountains, and that's where the Reindeer Ewenkis are currently settling down here.
As of today, only around 250 Reindeer Ewenki people are living in China, with maybe another few thousands of them across the border on Russian side. Anthropologists call these people direct transition ethnic groups because they're transitioned directly from primitive tribe to modern era.
Okay, we're finally getting closer to the settlements. We're passing through the birch tree forest for around 20 kilometers. It's quite bumpy in the summer. Okay, so here we are at the settlements. I don't see any reindeer, but two dogs are barking for their host to come. We'll just wait here quietly in the middle of nowhere.
The owner of this settlement is called Dalingma, one of the last few Ewenki people raising reindeers in the forest nowadays. And now, he's taking us to the place where he kept his reindeers this summer.
This狗感觉挺有实力的。哦哟，可以打单挑熊。
Dalingma just moved to this new settlement a few days ago and is still exploring the surroundings to make sure the reindeer is safe. So for now, he's keeping his reindeers in wire mesh before he finishes the exploration of this area.
哇，驯鹿门，好，可以吗？可以。小鹿。I'm surrounded by the reindeers. So now it's a season where they change their fur. So their fur looks a little bit colorful because they're still trying to get rid of the winter fur from last year.
Reindeer is the only deer that both males and females grow antlers, and they're also the only deer that has been domesticated.
There are around 40 reindeers here.
And around 35 females. Most of the times, they let this deer graze freely in the forest, so they make some markings on the deer ears.
So the Reindeer Ewenkis are basically the Chinese version of Santa Clauses, who has so many reindeers and live in the mountains.
Interestingly, Santa Claus's image is said to have originated from the Sami reindeer herders in Finland. Although the Ewenki reindeer herders living thousands of miles away from them, these two distinct tribes have remarkably similar lifestyles.
So this is their traditional tent for the Reindeer Ewenkis. In the book, they call it shirenji. And in the Finland region, this is called a lavu. And they're actually in very similar shape. It's very hard to imagine that two drastically different ethnicity groups have invented the same type of tent 1,000 miles away.
Looking at the picture, this is just one example showcasing how similar some people are to the Reindeer Ewenki.
Oh.
Dalingma told me it is quite challenging for him to finish building this alone. But this won't be too much of a trouble for him, because nowadays he lives in the tents anyway. And these are his side gigs in case tourists come and would like to see an example of their traditional housing.
So this type of deer likes to eat mosses, like what they're doing right now. So what they lack is salt. So the trick for Reindeer Ewenkis to raise these deer is to feed them salt. So these reindeers will follow them.
Because Siberia offers more suitable conditions for reindeers to thrive. Reindeer feed mainly on mosses, which are abundant in the Siberia tundra. On contrast, In the Great Qing'an Forest, the Chinese Ewenki people have to move from places to places to find enough food for their reindeers to eat. This is a much nicer tent Dalingma lives in, with a comfortable mattress and a stove. A few Ewenki people still live in the mountains, but they no longer sleep by the fire or keep campfire inside their tents.
篝火它是从远古时代盛起，一直为欧陆克人的文化燃烧的灿烂，这就是篝火。
Leaving the forest behind, we drive toward Genhe city, a place where the reindeer Ewenki have been given a permanent settlement by the government as part of the modernization initiatives in recent years.
Now we're at the Genhe city in the northeastern part of China. This city sits on the west side of the Great Qing'an Mountains, and this city is known for as the coldest place in China. The reasons for that is because it sits on the west side of the Great Qing'an Mountains. All the cold air blow from Russia, from Siberia, sort of gathered here and settled down here, making this place the coldest place in China, with a record low temperature of negative 58 degrees Celsius, as you can see on the statue on their center plaza here. This is roughly negative 72 degrees Fahrenheit, really cold. And this place is also the reindeer Ewenkis finally settled down after they move out of the forest. And they have a settlement here called Aoluguya, and this is where we're going to explore how their life is after they move out of the forest. Let's go. They have made this Aoluguya settlement a museum and sort of an amusement park. Let's check it out. So in the park, you can see a traditional house covered with birch bark. So this is a summer outfit for the house, quite cool for the people living inside. And in the winter, they probably swap the birch bark into animal fur, better heat protection. This is the shared warehouse for the Ewenkis. And in the book, they call it kobo. They use this kind of storage houses so the Ewenkis, they can share their tools and food when they get lost in the forest.
Unsurprisingly, the Sami people in Finland developed a nearly identical type of storage house in their forests, designed to keep food safe from animals.
And in the museum, they have illustrations of the friends of the Ewenkis. The eagles, the bears, wolves. They make their boots and clothes out of the moose fur, which is a quite unique type of costume they have in the forest. They also make a lot of things out of birch bark, including this little yacht. And this is a very lightweight yacht that can carry 3 people. And when on the ground, it says just 1 man can lift it up. In the museum, you can see the used shaman clothes of their shaman, including their box and their drums and the drumsticks they use. There's also one shaman clothes in the Natural History Museum in New York. And it is rumored that even without the shaman, the clothes carry some superpower with it. So we need to admire the clothes even when it's in the museum.
And of course, in the museum you can feed the reindeer yourself, which is quite entertaining in a lovely afternoon. Here in Aoluguya, we reached the end of our trip, and this place also marks the ending of the story of primitive reindeer Ewenki's tribe. With barely 240 individuals still residing in northeastern China, their culture now stands as an endangered treasure, a heritage that future generations might only encounter in museums.
我从古与今的文化环球，在原子弹的时代。 他们把我抛入我们的文化正在消失。
Hello everyone, thanks for watching my first China culture travel vlog. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in the future or anything I can improve. Please do leave a comment below and feel free to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date to my future videos. And see you next time, bye bye!